Hello! Good evening or good day, depending on where you are in the world. Welcome to the stream! So tonight I'm gonna be continuing Saint Spell's Love Guide to the Magical Student Spellbook. There we go, there's the title. Anyway, so the last time I played this, I got both the good and bad endings of one of the students. I forgot her name. Shit, was it Anita? Aniva. Ah, hey, I was close. But yeah, okay, so we got her endings, which was cool. And then, like, we interacted with this one student named Dine a lot. But, like, we didn't get an ending for her. We still got one for Aniva. Now, tonight, so there's also this interesting student. She's, like, kind of ghosty. Like, she's super pale. She's the one in the live announcement I made for this on Twitter. So she was kind of weird because we met her in her first playthrough, and then we met her in her second playthrough, and she was like, "You seem familiar," or like, "Do I know you? Or have we met?" or something like that. So yeah, that was kind of weird that she could seem to sense the multiple playthroughs we had. So I want to get to know her more. Also, there's that weird bugbear, whatever the name was. Were they just called bugbear? I don't know. So yeah. But for now, I think I want to see the endings for the strange ghost girl. I also kind of want to see what Dine's ending is, just because we've interacted with her so much in a past stream. And if we have the time for it, maybe we can go for a completely new student's ending. When I say new, I mean like one that we haven't even met like last playthrough. Anyway, I just gotta set up something real quick. Hang on. Oh god, I've been talking and I was muted. Whoops! Yep, I did mute. Well, anyway, I was just saying that I hoped I would get some info on her in the handbook, but I guess since we didn't actually gain info on her much last time, there's like nothing in there. I thought maybe there would be something to help it start up, but I guess not. So I guess I'll just have to guess what she likes, so that we can share some classes with her. I think she liked the Polaris house, so I'll go with that. And then I'll go like, I don't know, maybe cryptozoology. Maybe she'd like that. And maybe history? Healing? I don't know. How about like these? Woof. This class every day. Maybe not potions. How about astrology? Ugh, so obnoxious. Can't we get a free day? We can get one with those. Study of malediction. Healing would... Damn, okay, what classes to pick? What classes to pick? What would she... Would she like math? Arithmancy? Ghosty. Maybe not... It's these three that give us classes every fucking day. This is obnoxious. So not potions. The... Fuck. Can we not get a class for every day? Nope. How about this? We'll just go with this. Fuck it. Anyway, I should get ready for tomorrow. Yes. I feel like they don't... Yeah, they just don't matter much for... The stats don't matter much now that I think about it. At least I don't think so. Maybe they actually do and I just haven't noticed. Anyway, I make my way down the halls of the Grand Conservatory with a fluttering heart. The new student welcoming committee worker kindly greets you, helping you check into your dorm. So even though we're in House Polaris, we didn't meet the bugbear again. Interesting. Anyway, I begin to settle in, and I just skip stuff because it would skip text that I've already seen, and only text that I've already seen. I don't have shit to do yet, I guess. I guess I'll go to the library. Yep, I'm in the library. Let me study. Woo! Intelligence +1. I feel like a better student +1. Oh. Oh! Perfect! You're exactly who I wanted to see. Hi! Something white flickers at the edge of your vision. Faint and barely there. I think this is the same text that would pop up as well for the other times. It's just enough to draw your eyes, and like moth to a flame, your sight is guided towards pale white. It takes a second for you to realize what or who you're looking at isn't a ghost, but a very much alive human girl. Her face seems oddly familiar, though you swear you've never met. Yeah, see, that's what I was talking about. Her eyes catch yours, and her smile falters a bit. Hello there. Have we met before? I forgot what voice I gave her before. Ignore it. Forget it. This, whatever this is will be her voice for now. She mumbles before shaking her head. Never mind. My apologies. My name is Ereve Letellier. House Polaris. It's a pleasure to meet you. Ah, yeah, see, Polaris, I got it right. Why would I... You are as lovely as a blooming flower, as radiant as the hottest summer sun. Your eyes shine brighter than the brightest star in the sky. Your petal-picked lips are as lovely as a peony, and the overly romantic words just fall from your mouth. Damn. Her expression doesn't change much. Her smile remains on her face politely as she listens to you to finish your speech patiently. It looks a little more customer service than before, though. Oy vey. That's very kind of you to say. You flatter me. Ereve replies kindly, although it's apparent she doesn't take your words very seriously. You're very loving yourself, much more than I. Her clear blue eyes are sincere, and she seems to be attempting to encourage you. Oh, well that's cool. She seems to have misunderstood your intentions. Well, what were my intentions? I don't know, I just want... Anyway, and your name? I'm Lou, from House Polaris. She tests the name carefully as if committing it to memory. Lou, that's a wonderful name. It really suits you. Just as she says that, someone calls her name. Ah, it seems like they're calling for me. Let's talk again soon. I look forward to chatting with you. And with that, she's gone, being pulled away by another student, obviously in need of her assistance. Well, I hope we see each other more often this playthrough, Ereve. Perfect. Quick save. Free time. I guess I'll just keep reading here. How about I read? I read Alice in Never-Ending Finals. Oh, +2. Ah. So 1 increases int and good, and 1 is just straight up intelligence. Got it. It's noon. Who do you want to spend lunchtime with? Oh, geez, I don't know. Here. You walk through the gardens, looking for a place to sit and eat your lunch, admiring the flowers lining the paths as you go. Roses, tulips, hydrangeas, flowers of all seasons and assortments bloom in the gardens, magically maintained to prolong their beauty. Something catches your eye, something white against a background of blue forget-me-nots. and you realize it's a person standing among the flowers. In her characteristic all-white attire, a revy contrasts with the deep blues of the petals. Shit, maybe I should have taken alchemy. I don't know. She turns as you approach, noticing your presence. Ah, good afternoon, Lou. Out for lunch? Her smile is, as usual, sunny as the weather. You see that she has a half-eaten granola bar in one hand and a book in her other. Yes, I'm looking for a place to sit down and eat. How about you? Did you just finish? You assume she was eating a post-lunch snack now, considering the hour. Ah, no, I'm eating my breakfast, she says with a smile. Hi, Kapan! Welcome, welcome! And welcome to Reeker late, but yeah, welcome. I was a little busy this morning and realized I hadn't eaten yet, she states matter-of-factly, taking another bite out of the snack and flipping a page in her book. Breakfast? You echo after her confusedly. Oh yeah, because this is lunchtime. It's already well past noon, and she'd referred to her single bar of granola as her breakfast. Doesn't take a genius to figure out that she was planning to subsist on just a granola bar for the rest of the day. Do you usually not eat? You ask in concern. Areva was known to work herself rather hard, and to know that she wasn't eating proper meals on top of it was rather concerning. I only skip meals when I'm busy, she reassures you with a smile. You answer with a frown. Which means this happens pretty often then. I'm guessing you're busy all the time. You conclude. She giggles softly in return. You got me there. It would have been cute if not for the situation. Eating meals is important. If you don't properly take care of your body, you'll end up getting sick. And then your work will build up even more. You lecture her gently, and she nods her head obediently. Yes, I'll keep that in mind, she replies softly with a smile. You're not entirely sure if you can trust her response, but you decide not to push it further. I mean, yeah, you just met her. Scratching your head with a sigh, you move to sit next to her. We can share mine. You take your lunch out of its bag. Oh, no, it's alright. She tries to turn you down politely, but you cut her off. I won't be able to finish on my own anyways. And if you don't eat now, you won't eat till dinner. Unable to refute you, she just takes the plastic fork you give her and smiles apologetically. Then I apologize for imposing on you. The two of you split your meal as you chat about mindless topics, enjoying each other's presence. The time passes quickly, as it always does in good company. Soon enough, it's time to part ways. Oh, okay. First lunch with her, cool. You have some free time. What do you do? I guess I'll build a little charisma. Cook something. There we go. Just the one, plus one. Not that it matters, I have no idea. Yes, go to class. Who would you like to approach? Shit, another classmate. She wasn't in history. I guess I'll talk to her. No, wait, let's meet someone new. Have we talked to you? I don't think so. Ooh! You approach a scaled and thin woman. You are... I'm Lu Fei. She offers you a polite clawed hand to shake. Ooh! Sila Weiss, House Polaris. Is there anything I can help you with? Are you a new student, perhaps? She looks at you expectantly. Yeah, she looks cool. Yeah, I'm new. Let me be one of the first, then, to welcome you to Saint Spell. I'm sure you'll find yourself comfortable here. She gives a small smile, eyes twinkling. The research facilities and professors at this school are world-class, as I'm sure you're already aware. Quite the draw, wouldn't you agree? Yeah. Sila's face is positively beaming. Your eyes, they burn. I'm positively delighted to hear you think so. Oh, how thrilling this must all be for you. What are you here to study? What is your concentration? House? Have you joined any clubs yet? Work-study plans? She rambles on, picking up speed. You have to stop her before it's too late and you're stuck here longer than planned. Though, I actually have to get going now, but it was nice meeting you. Wow, eager. Earth and Alterna are joined by magical gateways, bridges between the two worlds that allow the font of magic to flow freely among all people.
Bruh.
Thanks for the redeem, Bacon. Hello, Bacon. Long before the peaceful rule of the Circle, the human and anima empires warred against each other, fighting for dominion over the magic-imbued lands. With every battle, more and more humans and anima were killed until the anima met the brink of extinction. Desperate, the last remaining vestiges of anima searched for a way to end the everlasting wars and found an ancient ritual sealed away by their ancestors. Head hurty, oh no. They were unknowing of what evil they would unleash upon the worlds. The anima created a creature of nightmares, darkness, in an unholy ritual known only in history books as the Sacrament. That poor creature, born of bloodlust and hunger, was called the Umbra, and was unleashed upon mankind to feed on their souls to satisfy its endless starvation. Hundreds of thousands of spellcasters died, and yet more still were transformed into grotesque abominations that no person could stand to behold, called the Shambling Nightmares. Humanity had lost the Great War, but as their numbers dwindled, the anima found that their creation turned its back on them. All across Alterna, light faded away from the realm, leaving the world plunged into 30 long days of hunger and darkness, and silence called the Nightfall. A little bit of a weird break, but we'll take it. It's now after school hours. Okay. Go take bath for the Christmas stat, because why not? Is the dude gonna be here again? It's now the evening? Oh, okay, no one's here. What about now? In my first playthrough, I feel like Bugbear would just keep on giving me a bath egg or some shit for whatever reason, and I don't know why. Weird, but okay. Today's Tuesday. I have healing. Go to class. Yes. Yay, she's here. So she has healing class. Good. As your eyes roam, they land on the familiar shock of white hair sitting on the desk. Let me save here. As you walk closer, you notice she has her wand out and is concentrating quite hard on something. There are books scattered across the desk and some neatly written notes. She lifts her head up and notices you, straightening up to greet you. Hello there, Lou. Today's a nice day, huh? Her eyes sparkle as she laughs, clearly happy to see you. Yeah, we're very nice, isn't it? She nods in agreement. The rain is nice, isn't it? It waters the trees and the plants and crops, and it cleans the air. Nice weather to stay indoors and bundle up with a warm drink and a good book. It makes the world feel just a bit smaller, I think. She laughs a bit in embarrassment. Didn't mean to be philosophical there. My apologies. So, was there something you needed? You gesture at the papers and books laid across her desk and ask her what she was doing. I'm trying to practice applying what you just learned in arithmancy. Or in arithmancy, excuse me. She says with a smile. You notice then that the textbooks are all arithmancy textbooks, and her notes are full of complicated-looking formulas and diagrams. Applying? Honestly, as far as you were concerned, arithmancy was one of those subjects you just learned and never used again. Kinda like how you would likely never use calculus ever again. What application could arithmancy possibly have? She seems to sense her confusion and laughs a bit. You wonder what sort of application arithmancy could possibly have, right? Nah, busted. You nod a bit sheepishly, but she doesn't look like she takes offense, at least. My family has a long history of birthing magic artisans. All the witches in my family have mastery over a specific material. My affinity is glass magic. Ooh, glass. It's quite self-explanatory, but I have the innate ability to create and manipulate glass. As if to explain, she lifts her hand and a stream of clear liquid pipes out of the tip. With a twirl of her hand, the clear liquid forms a perfect sphere, and then plops onto the table as it hardens. Cool. She picks it up and places it in your hand to observe. A small glass marble sits in your hand, perfectly spherical and cold to the touch. I have to consciously manipulate the glass how I want it, so I need to have a clear image in my mind of how I want the glass to be shaped. Just like you can't sculpt or draw something you've never seen or heard of before, same goes for manipulating my glass. She pauses to see if you follow along before continuing. Then, I'd say if there were two ways for me to form an image in my mind. One is through memory. Objects that are familiar to me are easier for me to imagine, after all, and thus are easier for me to create. This is more convenient for creating things with more complex shapes that are familiar, like flowers or trinkets. Things like a pencil, for example. The shape comes to mind easily, right? You imagine a pencil in your head. A hexagonal body made of wood, an inner cylinder made of graphite, with a metal ring at the end and a circular eraser. Then something like a tricycle. That's a bit harder to form a clear image of, right? You try to draw the image of a tricycle in your head. There's a handlebar and a seat and 3 wheels, and pedals of some type, and a chain. Try to picture the main frame of the tricycle putting all these parts together, but it doesn't come to mind as easily. I see what you mean. Then what's the second way? You ask curiously. The second way is through understanding the structure of it. This is where arithmancy comes in. She taps her nose for emphasis with a smile. This is more useful for creating things that have a function, like tools. Take a pair of glasses, for example. If I just imagine the shape of a pair of glasses, I can recreate it. She waves her hand, and within seconds, a pair of clear glasses appears in her hands. She hands it over to you. Here, put them on. Do you see what's wrong? You put on the glasses. The legs are a little cold against your ears and nose, and are a little heavy, but otherwise stay on. You look through them, but everything seems clear. You can see just fine. Nothing seems to have changed. Then you realize it. There's no prescription. The glass lenses don't focus anything. You're very perceptive. That's correct. She claps in praise, nodding. You're right. The lenses aren't functional. In order to create lenses that bend light, I need to first understand how glass bends light. The internal structure, the physics behind why it works. That's where arithmancy is necessary. She takes the glasses back from you and waves her hand again, and it melts back into her wand. I'll need to use the things I learned in arithmancy to create anything with utility that's able to be used as a tool for daily life. Lenses for glasses, telescopes, magnifying glasses. Tools such as porcelain flasks, beakers, stirring rods, calligraphy pens, wine glasses. They're all objects that require a fine understanding of the structure. Arithmancy makes it easier to define and understand those structures. She finishes her miniature lecture with a conclusive nod and a smile. Wow. Sounds like it could be used for... Sounds like it could be good for things like technology. Really? You think so? Her face lights up like a summer afternoon, and she excitedly clasps your hands in both of hers. After a beat, she realizes her actions and lets go with a laugh and a soft apology. As I said before, my family is a well-known family of magic artisans. Growing up, I really admired my mother and my grandmother, so hearing you say that makes me very happy. Her smile is affectionate and full of respect as she talks about her family, and it's obvious she was raised in a warm and loving household. When I was younger, it was my dream to open up a shop like my mother. I wanted to sell everything from little trinkets to more useful items, like lenses and glass silverware. It's hard to place the faraway look in her eyes, somewhere between yearning and resignation. You don't have that dream anymore? You're not sure what it is, but something compels you to ask. She just lifts a finger to her mouth and gives you a wink. That's a secret. You know she's gently diverting the conversation, but you let it happen. You're not very close to her, and it's not polite to pry. Just then, someone calls out to her. Areva, about your internship. She gives you an apologetic look. I'm so sorry, Lou. Seems like I'm needed elsewhere. It was a joy talking to you. Let's chat again soon. With a wave of her hand, her books and notes are neatly tucked back into her bag, and she gives you one last wave before departing. Well, she's very nice and polite. Okay, I don't think we... Yeah, we have never been in healing class, so let me just read this, I guess. Effects of glycolytic inhibition on intracellular and Na+, and K+, sodium+, and potassium+ content and lactate production with cellular viability measured by LDH release. The researchers also examined the effect disruption of oxidative phosphorylation had on Na+ and K+ content. Inhibition of oxidative phosphorylation was caused by a carbonyl cyanide M-chlorophenylhydrazone CCCP, an ionophore that allows protons to move freely through membranes. No correlation between Na+ and K+ content in oxidative phosphorylation was found. The information passage suggests that what? Let's see. In no correlation between the glycolysis. I don't really know. No correlation between that and that. Okay. Lactate muscle? This one? Wow, you somehow managed to get the question right. Let's go! You can feel your intelligence +2 increasing. Let's go, baby! I just saw like lactate, and I think that's like a thing in the muscles or whatever, so I just picked that. So that's cool. Practical magic? Yes, go to class. Would you like to approach? Areva is not here. Damn it. I'm gonna go talk to you? I don't think I've talked to you before, have I? Oh, well shit. I couldn't find him anyway. Practical 101. Do not eat shrooms. Take out the trash. Flush down the toilet. Oh. Now imagine being practical. You must center yourself around the ground truths. The professor taps the board with her wand. Repeat after me. What does the third point of the class say? Flush thine toilet. Flush thy toilet. There we go. Correct. You should always flush your toilet. Okay, cool. Alright, time is passing. It's noon. I spent lunchtime with her, of course. Lou! A familiar voice calls out to you, and you turn to face her. As per usual, Areva is wearing a bright and sunny smile as she walks over to greet you. White uniform pristinely clean as always. Unlike usual, however, you spot a pair of worn brown work gloves sticking out from her bag. What are those for? She follows your gesturing down to her gloves and pulls them out. Oh, these! They're my gardening gloves! She laughs. She's at the top in most of her classes, including cryptophytology, and so you aren't very surprised to hear that she tends to be a garden. I didn't realize you grew things. She just nods in response. Yes, it's quite relaxing, and it helps de-stress. What type of plants do you grow? You wonder if she'd grow flowers or perhaps herbs to use for potion making. Well, right now I'm growing some potatoes. She says this with a smile, a little proudly. And also some tomatoes. Her answer takes you a bit by surprise, and you wonder with amusement why you hadn't thought of vegetables. Somehow the thought of the ever-elegant and poised woman growing potatoes is incredibly comical to you. I didn't realize you grew vegetables. You stay with a bit of a teasing smile. She doesn't seem at all embarrassed, happy to talk about this particular topic. My hometown is a real small town in the countryside after all. My family has a small farm, and I grew up helping around the farm. so it's grown on me in ways. The mental image of Areva in some overalls on a farm feels equal parts unfamiliar as it does oddly fitting. That sounds nice. Are you part of the gardening club then? Yes, that's right. When I heard that gardening club members were allowed to use some plots of land, I couldn't help myself. Her expression turns a bit sheepish. You weren't all that much of a gardener yourself, but now you found yourself curious to see Areva tending to her crops. When you tell her this, her expression lights up, a sight that's grown familiar to you now. You're welcome to join me in my little garden anytime. The extra pair of hands would be much appreciated. She speaks with a tinkling laugh. You agree as well with a laugh, and give her your word that you'll help her when you have the time, before she's called away as usual. She gives you a smile and away before she leaves. Man, busy girl. Always getting called away. Done with classes for today. I guess... we'll go to the forest and practice magic. Yeah. The cool shade and scent of pines clears your mind and prepares you for practice. Oh, just more intelligence. Okay. Oh, hello. Whoa. Who are you? Bonjour. I don't think I've seen you around before. You find yourself face to face with a brightly dressed man. Despite the school's dress code of neutrals, he had added several areas of color into his outfit. A green vest rests snugly across a broad chest and a set of shoulders. Broad chest and set of shoulders. His white uniform shirt is unbuttoned to reveal pale skin and a peek at what is clearly muscle beneath. Oh my. His boots have mismatched spats in cotton candy pink and blue. Perhaps the most interesting component of his ensemble is a strange choice of accessories. In place of normal buttons, his shirt has what looks to be peppermints, while his vest boasts a colorful array of gumballs. Oh, interesting. Upon his fingers, he wears gold rings topped with tiny rock candy crystals in place of gemstones. His hair is bright orange, and his eyes are a deep sea green with a small beauty mark beside the right one. Oh yeah, I see it. You briefly wonder if the candy bedecking his outfit is actually edible. Though his appearance is anything but conventional, his smile is kind and pleasant. There is a comforting warmth in his gaze as he meets yours. Placing a hand over his heart, he offers a short bow as he introduces himself. I'm Darcy Levesque, the RA for House Sirius. You are? I'm Lou. It's a pleasure to meet you, Lou. Welcome to our magical academy. I hope to see you around campus more. If you ever need help with anything, feel free to find me. I'm often in the gardens. With another smile, he leaves you to continue on your way. Don't know what that accent is, just roll with it. I'm already done with classes. Maybe I go here, at the gardens. Ah, I just get some charisma. Oh! Ah! The spray! Thanks for the spray. Oh, hello, Alucane. Alucane's assisting the gardeners, using their magic to perform a routine inspection on the plants. What voice did it give you? Well, can't remember now. Oh, my magic. It works as a sort of flavor text, letting me see the qualities and content of the things I touch. Like reading descriptions of the world. Well, that's a bit Fort Wally. Here, could you try these two fruits and tell me if you can distinguish their unique flavor profiles? Alucane forces you to taste test the garden's fruits and vegetables until it's time to go. You are unfortunately stuffed, but Alucane thanks you for being a test subject. Oh, that was a weird interaction I didn't expect from that guy at all. Okay. So now after school hours, I just go take Beth. Twice. Get squeaky clean, baby. Oh, there's Bugbear.
This is for a group project. Don't worry about it.
Oh no, that's not the voice he gave you, is it? Whatever, I can't remember. You try to rack your head for a course that would have a project like this, but come up empty. Say hi to Jerry! He holds up the egg. Does this mean he's steaming Jerry? I don't know. kind of a creeper. But I'm sure we'll learn more about him. It's now the evening. Have some free time. Just go take another bath. Is he here again? No, okay. Tuesday's over. Alright. So far so good. Today is Wednesday. No classes. Pog. I guess I'll go back to the library and study. So get some good. There we go. The Grand Athenaeum is usually filled on the weekdays. Full of students cramming for their reports and exams. Today seemed especially bad though. Oh. Is there really no free seat? As you ponder your next course of action, you recall that the Polaris Dorm in particular was known to have a particularly extensive library. You decide to head towards Cobalt Tower. Even if it didn't quite match up to the exhaustive repertoire of the Central Library, its selection was nothing to scoff at. For a simple study session, it would be more than adequate. The Polaris Tower is quiet, and all the halls were relatively empty as well. Polaris students were known to hole up in either their suites or one of the tower's many study rooms. You find the library without too much difficulty and walk in. The library isn't exactly empty, but it's definitely not as crowded as the Central Library. Since it's predominantly used by Polaris students, it's also quieter. You walk deeper into the library, looking for an unused corner to lay down your things. And arithmancy? As you place your bag on the table and begin to pull out your notebooks and pens, you realize that you forgot to bring your textbook with you. You get up and browse through the shelves, looking for the reference book assigned to your class. You find the right aisle and turn the corner, only to see someone already there. Perfect! Yes! Perched atop a tall wooden ladder is Areve. She seems to be searching for a book, judging by the way her pale dainty hands is lightly skimming the spines of the book one by one. Areve! You call out to her quietly. Perking up, she turns to see who called her and smiles when her eyes land on her face. Ah, Lu! Good evening! She lifts a hand into a wave. Wanting to converse properly, she begins to descend the ladder. It happens in slow motion. Before you can open your mouth to tell her to be careful, you see one of her feet miss a step in the ladder, and her eyes widen as she slips off and tumbles down. Uh-oh! Instinctively, your feet push you forward, and your arms reach out in an attempt to catch her. Slowly she falls, her white hair trailing behind her, each millisecond passing like a frame in an old, faded film roll. And then time resumes again, and you just barely catch her in your arms. The sudden impact of her small body against yours makes you grunt softly, and she makes herself "oh" as she lands in a flurry of white. It's quite a first split moment as you both regain your bearings again. Wide, pale blue eyes stare up at you, her face flush pink from the adrenaline of the fall. Her usually immaculately neat hair is in a bit of disarray from the tumble, pale pink lips parted slightly in a surprised dill. You think idly to yourself that she's small in your arms, petite in stature, like she might break at any moment. The moment is broken when the librarian walks into the aisle. What happened to you? You quickly set Areve back onto her feet on the floor, and she snaps out of her surprise and offers the librarian an apologetic smile. My foot slipped when I was coming down the ladder, and Lu quickly caught me before I hit the ground. My apologies for the disturbance. I'll be sure to be more careful next time. Seeing that it was just Areve, the librarian's previously stern expression relaxes, and she lets both of you off with just a "be more careful next time, Miss Letellier." You both release a sigh of relief as she leaves, and Areve looks at you and lets out a soft laugh. Thank you for the save, Lu. I'm sorry for the unsightly display. You wave off her apology casually. It was nothing. She straightens out her clothes and hair before smiling at you once more, back to her usual self. Were you looking for something in particular? You explain your situation to her, and she nods thoughtfully. The textbook you're looking for should be in the shelf here. I believe I took that class last semester. If you'd like, as a thank you for saving me earlier, shall I help you study? You've been having trouble understanding the material, so you happily agree to her offer. You spend the rest of the time studying. Arabic proves to be a patient and helpful tutor, breaking down the concepts into simple and easy to understand explanations. When you eventually part ways, you feel confident that you'll do well in the next quiz. Nice! More interaction with her. No classes. I mean, I guess I could exercise here in the forest. Sure. Take a nice hike through the trees, being careful to not trip over the gnarled roots. Can feel your strength increasing, Pog. Oh, hello! A large animus standing around, as if deep in thought. Greet? Yeah. Hello! His ears quirk up in curiosity, glancing over once before his eyes dart away. Seems like he's ignoring you or contemplating something. Try again? Nah. His ears quirk again, but this time he looks a little flustered. He turns around, looking a bit awkward, no longer able to ignore your presence. Ashton. Sorry, hello. Did you need something? I'm a new student. Hey. Oh. He blinks and straightens up as if trying to build some courage before continuing the conversation. New student. Have you liked it here so far? Oh, I'm Ashton, by the way. Hi, Ashton. Bye, Ashton, I guess. Well, at least we met him. I will spend lunchtime with Arabi, of course. We have a pleasant lunch together. Oh, no special moment? What, have I spent them all? No classes. Yeah, I'll just exercise more. Exercise. Feel my strength increasing. Oh, hey, Ashton. He blinks when you call his name, and after a moment, turns to face you. He looks around for a towel to wipe some sweat off his face. Hi. He finds a towel. What are you doing here? I want to work out. Ashton glances down at the towel before looking back up. What about you? Working out? He offers you a wry smile. Yeah, I just want to keep healthy and strong. You too? I guess. Hella awkward with him. Anyway, still no classes. I don't want to cook again. Yeah. Set off the fire alarm, but at least tastes delicious. Great. Worth it. Extracurriculars are in session? Can I join gardening, maybe? Yeah, I'm at the gardens. Join the gardening club. You're a tree hugger after all. Sure. You're unsure how it happened or who exactly was at fault? One moment you were heading to your next location, then the next you find yourself on the ground with someone's belongings scattered at your feet. Oh. Hello, my sincerest apologies. Nah, it doesn't really suit you.
My sincerest apologies.
You look up towards the voice and see a young man in a similar position to yourself, fretting over the accident. He's dressed in attire that seemed fairy tale-like, even for someone like you who's quite literally attending a prestigious magic school. He's quite frazzled by the accident, and it seems after putting the pieces together, he was the one you collided with. Guy, huh? Maybe I'll change the voice again. I don't know, I have limited guy voices. Can't go very deep. You aren't injured, are you? Pardon, my nose was in the book and I wasn't paying attention to my surroundings. The stranger starts to gather up his spilled belongings. You examine them as more and find some school supplies, and a myriad of library books. Gather his things. Yeah. It's funny nowadays to find someone so invested in a physical book. Typically, when scenarios like this play out, the cause would be a smartphone. From your experience, most people have switched to listening to audiobooks or reading ebooks, so this kind of cliche was old-fashioned. Oh, you didn't have to, but thank you kindly. The stranger smiles with gratitude. You're really invested in that story, aren't you? His lips part to softly laugh at your comment. There's a gentle glint in his eye, as if relieved that you didn't seem troubled by his mistake. I love to read, you see. But back in Roselia, we lacked a very wide variety of books, so I got carried away, I suppose. Now it's your turn to laugh. You cannot help but think that the stranger seems like a child who stopped paying attention to everything else once he received a new shiny toy. But in his case, it was old, dusty books. However, you did take notice that he mentioned being from the mysterious floating city of Roselia. Ooh, floating city. You conclude that this would make him a clockheart, the residents of the city. Seeing as the clockhearts primarily keep to their secluded city, it would explain this fascination. Must have been a really good story for him to get lost like that. After collecting his belongings and placing them back in his bag, you stand up and offer a hand towards the man. Realizing that neither of you knew each other's name yet, you decide to introduce yourself. Oh, thanks for the salt from earlier as well. Anyway, no worries about all that. My name's Luudeia. Oh! The clockheart's cheeks flush. What? Pardon. It was quite rude of me to overlook the fact that I haven't introduced myself. Or haven't yet introduced myself. Clearing his throat, he continues. My full name is Ren Aspen. However, I would prefer if you simply call me Aspen. Thank you so much again for your assistance. Hey, no problem, Aspen. All his items were safely tucked away into his bag, except for one small book. Aspen smiles softly at your curiosity, noticing the interest you took in his current read. It's called The Little Prince. I'm not quite sure what it's about yet, but it sounds like a fairy tale. I quite like fairy tales, you see. You cannot help but think again that he really was similar to an excited child. So far, there are two characters. The man who got stranded in the desert, and the prince. I hope perhaps they can become friends. He seems to recall something. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm keeping you, aren't I? Thank you again. Hey, no problem. Have fun with the book. See ya. Wow, meeting a lot of new people. Nice. It's now the evening. Got some free time. I guess I'll go to the bath. I'm gonna have more charisma than in for once. Wow. Nice. Oh, it's you! You find this person red as a beet, having just finished his bath. Oh, yeah. I just bring some water. He passed out. Okay, sure. Go to class, yes. Arev is here. Good. Good. A familiar white sun hat enters your sight, and you don't need a figure to turn around in her seat to know who it is. Today, she's once again hunched over a desk, but unlike before, there's no books scattered around. Just a single journal sits in front of her as she holds onto a few sheets of paper. She seems to be reading a letter, an assumption from the folds in the paper and the empty envelope resting next to the journal. You walk towards her, the soft tapping of her shoes on the flooring more than enough to signal your approach to the young witch. She lifts her gaze to catch yours, smiling as she always does. Warm.
Oh, hello there, Lou. Hope your day has been going well so far.
She says gently, politely putting the letter down to give you her full attention. It's been okay. Did I interrupt you? You gesture towards the sheets of paper. She shakes her head with a laugh.
Oh, not at all. I was just reading a letter from home. One of the cows back home gave birth safely, so my mother wrote to let me know.
You're a bit surprised at the mention of cows before remembering she'd said that she grew up on a farm. The curiosity takes over and you ask about her hometown.
I come from a small town in France. It's quite far from the nearest big city, a few hours away by car. Because of that, we don't get very many visitors, and the town produces almost all the products it needs.
She offers you the seat next to her as you chat. You're not sure if it's your imagination, but you think you smell some baked bread. The distant look in her eyes tells you she's no longer with you, now lost in her recollections of the place she calls home.
One family has a baker, another has a carpenter, and another has a plumber. Instead of paying each other for our services, since we would just be circulating the same money, everyone exchanged goods and services instead. I think my hometown really emphasized the idea of it takes a village to raise a child. It was a place where nobody was a stranger, and everyone was willing to help a helping... Whoops.
I lost it.
And everyone was willing to lend a helping hand. Even though we weren't particularly rich, we were content. It was that kind of place.
Sounds like a happy place. It was an idyllic picture she painted in your mind. Green pastures and blue skies. Wildflower meadows that stretch as far as you could see. Neighbors that help each other out. A simple life in the country, away from the noise and stress of the big modern cities. Like a scene straight out of a picture book. Her smile broadens even more, and she nods at your words, brimming with pride.
It's a very wonderful place, filled with very wonderful people. I was very fortunate to grow up in such a good environment, and I'm grateful every day for it.
Her gentle personality made more sense now, knowing her background, yeah. She had grown up not only being taught, but personally experiencing people's kindness and virtue. As such, it was only natural for her to grow up to become a person who stretched out her hand to others. Such a perfect childhood came with its downsides, of course. You saw firsthand how busy Arev tended to get as a result of her inability to turn down someone in need. Oh dear. But that was just part of what made Arev shine so brightly. A professor calls out to her just then. Well, speaking of... Miss Natelier, we've finalized your work study. She nods and waves.
I'm so sorry if I rambled on for a while there.
She shoots you an apologetic look as she goes to clean up her things. It's alright, I enjoyed listening. Sounds like a lovely place, your hometown. Love to visit someday. She laughs and grins.
Please do, I'll show you around. I'd love it if you told me about your hometown as well sometime, but the professor's calling me for now. I'll come find you after I'm done. Let's get something to eat later.
She lingers a bit, giving you one last parting wave. Alright, see ya. Today we're doing a live demonstration. Oh, reticulated python, sir. I see you've sustained some injuries. Come here, I'll heal you right up. Now, students, watch closely here. I'm so sure I gave this professor a totally different voice from earlier, and just because I forgot. Anyway, have practical magic, go to class, yes. I will approach... No, this person again. Oh, for fuck's sake, they're still not here. Ah, maybe they ditched. Anyway, you wonder vaguely about the fridge in the corner? Oh yeah, there is a fridge in the corner. Lou, there is rancid meat in this fridge. What should you do with it? That is totally not the voice you gave, and again, I don't care. No, take it out. Yes, as the rancid meat will give you unfound food poisoning if consumed, you should take it out, as you could now consider it trash. For your participation in class, you may collect my home-cooked steak after the lecture. Ooh! Please enjoy it well. Hell yeah! Free steak, baby. So that's what that smell was? Wait, is it spoiled? Oh shit, maybe I don't want it. It's noon. Lunch without ever, baby. Oh, I guess we've run out of moments. Maybe there's no point spending lunch with her anymore. Okay. I have history, magic, yes. I don't think we shared this class, right? Yeah. We talked to the cool girl. Yes? Can I help you with something? Scylla does not look up from her book. You sense that she's annoyed. Oh. We've met before. I'm Lou. Scylla looks up at you with growing annoyance. You don't look familiar to me. I never forget a face. What? How could you forget me? Insist. Scylla snaps her book closed shut with a loud clap, glaring at you from over her reading glasses. From your vantage point, you can see the title of the book. A Practical Lens of Maledict Arts of the 13th Century. Oh, chapter 666. And I insist as well. Now, do you want to start over, or do I need to alert campus prefect of your abject harassment? You depart, no longer feeling welcome. What the hell, Scylla? What's going on here? Anyway, today we'll cover Celestia, Kingdom of Anima. The residents of the Celestia. Not the Celestia, sorry. The residents of Celestia are the Anima, a race of humanoid animal hybrid people with the ability to command elemental nature magic. There's a vast variety of different cultures and settlements of Anima. But after the nightfall, they have banded together for centuries under one flag of the Kingdom of Anima, to protect their race against extinction by the darkness of Gehenna. All of Luminous is ruled over by the royal crown of Celestia, under the reign of King Leo Soleil. I said that weird. King Leo Soleil. There we go. Or Soleil. Just Soleil, I'm pretty sure. Okay. Anyway, its capital city is King's Bounty, where the seat of the monarchy's political power rests. While Celestia is one of the most advanced empires on the face of Alterna, even the Anima do not know of everything that exists within the magic realm. Because of its vast size, Celestia is home to a great variety of cultures and lifestyles, all of which coexist under the same banner. Celestia is a tremendously broad and colorful kingdom. One could travel its lands for a lifetime and still have yet to see all it has to offer. Great. Alright. Next, what do we have? Do we have a subject? Oh, I do! Cryptozoology. Okay. Oh yeah, I have that on like Thursday and Friday, don't I? Ah, she's not even here. Well, let's talk to Scylla again and hope she's nicer. Lou, was it? The professor seems to think we would work well together. At least, I can't think of any other person for him to assign us together onto this project. Or any other reason, I guess. Scylla looks annoyed again. Well, despite what you may think, I'm not one to turn down suitably qualified help. I assume the professor has given you a brief on the project I'm working on? Shouldn't group partners be choosing a topic together? Well, I would propose that we continue my research on historically prosecuted cases of malediction. The topic is certainly more interesting than classical jinxes, no? Did you have any other ideas worth repeating? Let her do as she pleases. I'm glad you understand the value in my thesis, Lou. Let's get started. Scylla procures a mountain of books from her unfathomably undersized purse, seemingly prepared well in advance of this conversation. Looks like she wouldn't have taken no for an answer. She drops them with a loud and resounding thud onto the desk in front of you. I believe the best approach to any research project is a healthy amount of self-study before diving into the practicals. With this amount of reading, she surveys the stack thoughtfully. One night should be enough. I wouldn't dare to expect anything less from someone who comes to be personally recommended by the professor. Wait, is she giving me homework? Today we have the delight of having a couple of specimens of Kyoxican murder devils in class. They're quite lovely, aren't they? They project some images onto the blackboard, showcasing the creatures from their previous expeditions. Needless to say, they look a little concerning. The Kyoxican murder devils appear to be massive hulking beasts with teeth the size of your forearm. Oof. Dot. You gotta be safe, right? The professor releases a bunch of said Kyoxican murder devils onto the class, one of which descends angrily upon you. What are you supposed to do in this situation? Avoid eye contact. You turn your gaze away. If you can't see it, it can't see you either, right? Ow! Looking away was a mistake! Why would you turn away at lunges onto you? Ah, shit! Get body slammed by a very large and very angry animal. What kind of class is this? Well, I did not expect this from the cryptozoology class. Jesus. Well, thankfully stats don't matter, so I'll let that one slide. Anyway, extracurriculars. Let's go to gardening club. I'm at the gardens. Join the gardening club. Inner Green Thumb Awakening, you stroll into gardening club. Deciding to take a stroll through the lovely gardens of the conservatory, you encounter the gardening club attending to the various plants that cover the small landscape. You couldn't help but admire their handiwork, noting that the flowers that grew rivaled the fairy tale imaginations of young children. Continuing your walk, you happen upon a familiar figure. Oh, you! Before you decide whether to greet him or just be on your way, he already acknowledges your presence with a delighted smile. Hello, Lou. What brings you back to the gardening club? The scenery is so pleasant, but I thought you were more of a bookworm than an outdoors person. Is that what you think? On the contrary, I enjoy being outdoors. You figure after taking a good look at his dirt-stained gloves and grass-stained clothes. Do you have a green thumb? Oh, I believe that kind of analogy may be too kind for me. But I don't think I'm bad at it, considering my power. To demonstrate, vines start to erupt from the ground, and a singular rose blooms before your eyes. The color was so deeply blue that it almost seemed unreal. Oh, a blue rose. Carefully taking a tool to remove the thorns, Aspen eventually trims the flower before handing it to you. For you. If you keep it in a vase, it'll be sure to last for a couple days. Are you able to create different kinds of flowers? Thank you, by the way. Oh, no, just these roses, unfortunately. The rest I need to tend to myself, although I don't mind. However, I feel happier when something I tend to with care grows to become so lovely. I had a small garden back in Roselia, you see. Tending to the flowers was something my husband and I did together when we lived there. So it's almost as if I never left when I'm here. Husband? You're a student. Y'all getting married? Huh? Or maybe you're just older than you seem. I don't know. Okay, sure. The feelings Aspen have toward this hobby make sense to you, but you cannot help but be surprised at the idea of someone you so closely associate with being a curious child, having a husband? He's a bit of an introvert, you see. It's no surprise if not many see him around. I believe he can be described as a wallflower, but he's always been kind to me. You notice the shift in the Clockheart's tone when he speaks about his beloved, warm with a hint of shyness. Aspen must really care for him. Twirling the flower in your hand, you decide that it wouldn't hurt to stick around longer than initially intended. Huh, interesting. It's now the evening. Have some free time? Guess I'll go to the library. Oh, work on my class project, sure. I'm surprised to see you here so early, Lou. I thought we hadn't planned to meet until after hours. Well, while you're here, could you pass me that tome over there? Sila motions towards a heavy and musty-looking book by the door. Emblazoned across the front in archaic text is Theoretical Applications of Malediction in the Postmodern Century. Looks like it would disintegrate if picked up. You gingerly retrieve the book and place it in front of Sila. She looks up expectantly before flitting eyes back to her own spread of books. Why do you need this? I told you earlier, didn't I? Sila gives an exasperated sigh. Ugh. Jeez. She was so nice when you first met her, and then after that, she was just... What? Why are you like this? You look so cool. Self-study. What? Did you think all that reading I gave you was just to pass on work? You can trust me to put in my full effort as well. After all, this is my area of expertise. Malediction, right? Say, as you're my partner after all, before we start, let me ask you a few questions so I know you have understood the reading properly. Sudden pop quiz? Oh shit, let me save. You sputter, obviously caught off guard, but Sila pays no head and begins throwing material your way. You answer each question with ease, feeling relieved and slightly more in your element as you get over the initial surprise. Woo! Okay, that's good. The back and forth goes a bit like that, and you can recognize you've gone over the everything in the first book already. Sila seems immensely satisfied. Oh, that's good. You're becoming an expert in your own right. Don't underestimate what you're capable of. I certainly won't. Thanks, I guess. Cool. Okay. Thursday's now over. Cool. Today's Friday. Alright. Have some free time. Let's erase her and let's read. Yeah. Let's study. So we can also get some good, because why not? Nice. You're in the library cramming on homework that's due soon. The nice thing is that during this time of the day, the library is mostly empty, so you can really get in the zone. However, the soft sound of sniffling pulls you out of your concentration. Sniffling? Someone crying? While you try to ignore it for a few seconds, the soft crying persists. Putting a pause on your homework, you follow the sound to find a frail-looking man with soft features. Oh, hello, you're new. He seems to be somewhat emotionally distraught, tears dripping down his face at an alarming rate. Not even sure he can properly read the book he's holding with the amount of liquid his eyes are producing. Oh no. Hi. Quick question. Did you know this is a library? Libraries are meant to be quiet so people can work. Is he crying that loudly? But I can concentrate on my homework with all your crying. Wow, Lou. What? Well, you can be nicer than that. Jesus. Oops, that came out a lot meaner than you intended. Yeah, that's very mean. Maybe the stress of your fast-approaching deadline is getting to you. The delicate twink doesn't handle your words very well either. His lower lip quivering pathetically as his large eyes grow even wider in complete shock. Wow. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. I didn't realize. I'll be quieter, I promise. Out of curiosity, you glance down to see what the man could possibly be reading to cause such a water-rich display. You see that he's reading Romeo and Juliet and the Werewolves, the popular play that has been performed for Polaris Feet during Walpurgisnacht. I liked the play. Totally. Yeah, I love that story. There were moments I teared up when I first read it, so don't worry about it. At this, the man seems to perk up immediately. Cool. He wipes the tears from his eyes and leans in excitedly. You like it too? What was your favorite moment? What are your thoughts on the Mercutio Tybalt side romance plotline? Or, the change in demeanor is like night and day. Wow. He's practically staring at you with sparkling eyes, and he seems really happy to be talking to another fan of the story he's reading. It's kinda cute. What's your name? We still don't have your name. Anyway, my favorite moment is when Romeo first changed into a werewolf, and I think the Mercutio Tybalt side romance plotline really adds a lot of depth to the story. I agree with you. What about your thoughts on the author's take for Juliet? Both of you exchange opinions on Romeo and Juliet and werewolves for a while. By accident, you glimpse at the clock and you suddenly remember that you have homework, so you should probably get back to that. Sorry, as much as I like to keep talking, I have to get back to my work. It was nice meeting you. Oh, no worries. Sorry to keep you from your work. My name is Barnaby. It was nice meeting you too. Barnaby. Hello. Nice to meet you. I'm Lou. See you around, Barnaby. You walk back to the table you left for your homework and manage to finish it. Good. You don't see Barnaby around later, which is a bit of a shame, but you hope you'll bump into him another day. Who knows, maybe we will. Whew. You have some free time until your next class. What do you do? I want to raise my int a little more, so I'll keep on reading. I'll just read this time, for pure int. It's the same book as before. Okay. Oh, hello, Aniva. Right? Aniva? Yes? Oh, wait, what? Oh, she was like, sorry, I'm in the way. Well, do you need a... I'm alright, do you need a hand? Try to help her get out of the corner, but she shifts her body away from your offer. Her eyes have a hard time focusing on something. She doesn't want to directly look at you.
I'm fine.
She's clearly trembling in fear and clutching onto a candelabra. Oh wait, I'm pretty sure we've seen this before. Yeah. Let's go hang out with Areve. Even though there's like no point, but it's whatever. Speedrun, right? Yeah. Anyway, you have some free time until your next class. What do you do? What should we do? I mean, I really don't think the stats matter. Can we just, like, nap or something? Is that an option? You're in the dorms. Let's rest. You spend an inordinate amount of time reading random pages on Wikipedia. Oh, it's just rest. We don't actually nap. Okay, sure. Alright. You have cryptozoology? Let's go! I think that's the last time slot for the day as well, like for class? If I recall correctly. Scylla, I guess. Hey. Ooh, just who I was hoping to see. Really? Are you ready for the presentation? Yeah, I'm excited. Shake your nerves, Lou. I'm confident that your work will exceed the professor's expectations. I should know. I've had the personal pleasure of watching you work up for the past few days. In my educated opinion, you are more than well prepared for this moment. Scylla squeezes a well-used but beautifully ornate fountain pen into your palm. It's obvious it must be a favorite of hers. I'm not the superstitious type, but maybe it could help. Do keep it. Well, thank you, I appreciate it. Aw. Today we'll have a lecture of your choice, on a topic of your choice. Faye, what mythical creature are you curious about? Bugbears. But are they mythical? Let's try Leviathan. The Leviathan is a sea serpent noted in theology and mythology, often associated with forces of chaos and evil. According to the City of Final Fantasy's Summon Compendium, it effortlessly controls water and rules all who dwell in the oceans. The raging swell of its tsunami is enough to consume even the fiercest of foes. By the way, have you heard of the critically acclaimed MMORPG It follows us here too? That's the characters in Blooming Panic we're talking about, FF14, and now here too? Okay. Okay, oh my god, it's everywhere! Man, oh man, popular game, I know. It's now after school hours. Great. I feel like if we go to gardening club, we're just gonna run to the other guy again. Let's try something else. Is there something to do here? Join the nap club. You don't know who founded this club, but it's an excellent idea. Yeah! Everyone's snoozing away peacefully in nap club. Act for the name. There seems to be one individual who has trouble falling asleep, though. Oh? He sits in the corner, arms wrapped around his knees instead. Oh, you! Something wrong? His eyes widened before darting away sheepishly with a hint of paranoia. I'm actually too afraid to sleep right now. He whispers nervously. I think the club room is haunted by a ghost. Nothing big has happened, but every time I wake up after club in here, I get this really uneasy feeling. That's so. You think for a moment. Here, let me sit next to you. Maybe with the two of us awake, the ghost won't bother anyone. He looks surprised, but nods with relief. Despite the promise of sitting together in vigilance, the atmosphere and sitting in silence slowly allows the two of you to sleep. Barnaby no longer tense. Well, that's good. We came here and did what we wanted to do, which is nap. Before long, the two of you snooze beside each other. Hopefully your dreams are kind. Nice. Just napping at nap club. It's now the evening. You have some free time before the day ends. I guess I'll... Is there anything to do here? No. Let's go back. I guess we just take a bath and sleep, maybe? You're in the bathhouse. Get squeaky clean. Oh, hey. You bump into this guy again. But I already talked to this person. Anyway, I'm new. We had this conversation before. Don't worry about it. Oh. You do your usual morning routine, washing up, changing your clothes. It's Saturday. Okay, this is like whatever ending we'll get, I believe. You go to your desk to search for one of your items, and you can't help but notice a strange note placed face down among your papers. Ooh. Let's save. You pick it up gingerly, turning over the blank side to reveal... 22 o'clock tonight, classroom 64, B207, Scylla? I thought I was getting an Areve ending. Shit, did we not spend enough classes with her? Is that why? Anyway, it doesn't surprise you in the least, but Scylla's handwriting is beyond precise. It would appear printed if it weren't for the slight blot of ink. 10 PM isn't for a while, you muttered to yourself, slipping the note into your back pocket. You mind let's say you go about with the rest of the day? but the anticipation of meeting with the Leviathan places your heartbeat in your throat. Oh, she's a Leviathan. Ah. Well, that makes sense. Scales. Yeah, kind of fishy looking. There we go. And kind of strong personality. Yeah, that makes total sense. I didn't even connect the dots.
Ah, Lou.
Wait, that's not her voice. Ah, Lou, you came. And right on schedule. Did you get my note? Yep. I'll get straight to the point then. Your project, Lou? There was something about it that inspired me. Your research, for how thorough it was, merely scratches the surface of the theoretical. I think, of all the students here, we two are the ones who will be able to propel this to the next logical step forward. Lou, don't you want to prove how your research works? I'm talking about the practicals, beyond the theory. We can do it, the two of us. Professor Grimsey's two best students, under two pairs of trained eyes, naught can escape our notice. I have an experiment I've been working on at the lab after hours. The progress has been steady, but I thought I could reach new heights with us both combined. What do you say? Won't you jump into the unknown with me? Your heart is absolutely in your throat, that the acceptance not able to leave your lips fast enough. Oh, the acceptance not... There's no that. Where did I get that? Anyway. I would love to, Scylla. You barely maintain your excitement. The prospect of this experiment sounds fascinating, and any more time with Scylla was something you could not give up. She seems pleased by your reciprocated interest, a half-smile of something devious crossing her face. A sort of ambition. Well then, shall we? Whoa! Okay. I genuinely wasn't even trying to get her ending. I thought we would get one with Areva. But, it's okay. Cool. We're up to something devious or something. Alright. Maybe we were doomed from the start because we just didn't have enough classes together with, freaking Areva. We still didn't gain any info on her, really. But we have hers. Pressurizing magic. Ooh, okay. Wow. Well, anyway. So there's that. Where's Hugh? Ren Aspen. Clockheart. Ring. I see. So not much info on him. Yeah, I don't really have any for you either. Shit. Okay, let's try this again. I really wouldn't try to go for Areva. Here, I'll skip ahead. So we know she has, I believe, potions. She does not have cryptozoology. She has arithmancy. She might have alchemy. She does not have healing. Did we get practical magic last time? No. Yes? No. I don't know. How many do we have? How about astrology? Oh, and House Polaris, of course. No, actually, she might go practical. Well, I'll just hope these are correct. I'll be skipping ahead quite a bit. Yes, go to class. Sorry, which class is this? Alchemy. She's not even in alchemy. Fuck. Hang on. So, arithmancy, potions, and that, maybe? How about Did I select this last time? What is she? Let's see. I don't feel like she'd be a malediction student. Let me try this combo. I'll just like study or something. Yeah. We've had this conversation with Aniva before, so it's fine. And I propose we just keep studying for a little bit. Keep going. Yeah. It's noon! Oh. Because we haven't even met her, we can't hang out with her. But it's okay. Anyway, we've done like all the hangouts with Aniva, so we could just skip. Anyway, the pleasure's all mine. Let's not prolong that weird conversation. Oh. Math tells us 3 of the saddest love stories. First, of parallel lines who are never meant to meet. Second, of the tangent lines, who were together once, then parted forever. Finally, of asymptotes, who could only get closer and closer, but could never be together. That concludes today's lecture. Wow. Okay. Relating arithmancy to love, I see. Cool. Cool. You're already done with classes for today. Okay. Cool. At least we shared one with Areve, I guess. Let's just continue studying. Study. Oh, hey, Sila. You are... I'm Luudeia. Oh, wait. Okay, this is the same conversation as before. Yes, I am. Agree. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. We got this, we got this. I'm determined to get Areve's stuff. In the bathhouse, do-do-do-do-do. In the bathhouse, do-do-do. And can we just... let's study in our dorm. Feel your intelligence increasing. Feel like a better student. Nice. Have practical magic. Go to class. Yeah. Welcome back. Areve. Not here in the fucking practical class. Damn it. Let's talk to you. Since she's not here, shit. Feel like we're getting further and further from our ending. Anyway, I'm startled by a face looking straight at me through the glass. Oh, that dude's a Nephilim. Oh, shit. Although he looks friendly enough, you're still a little frightened, coming down from your rush of adrenaline. Huh? You notice that Nephilim is tapping on the window and making strange motions. You're uncertain as to what he wants exactly. The more you try and focus, the more evident it becomes that the little strained faces and overly dramatic pull motions are a clear indication that he wants you to open the window. Ah. Apparently it's up from the outside. What do? I guess I open the window? Here, let me help. The window seems a little jammed at first, as if it hadn't been opened in ages, but you managed to pry it open, jumping back just in time before the Nephilim jumps into the hallway. A large smile decorates his face. Thanks so much! You're a lifesaver! You're about to disagree, given that you merely opened the window, and perhaps question just what he was doing outside the high floor, when you're suddenly enveloped in the other's warm embrace. Oh? I would've gone splat! Or maybe not. Here's a thank you gift for saving me! The Nephilim detaches himself, digging around the pockets of his hoodie before taking out a half-eaten cookie. He thrusts it into your hands. You can't help but feel your lips quirk in mild disgust. You didn't have to... Don't worry about it. Consider it a gift from me to you. It's a big thank you. Ah, but this is yours. Don't you want to finish it? Yep. But you saved me, so you get to keep it. Feel a little bad because he keeps staring at the cookie with hunger in his eyes. I don't even know your name. You blurt out instead, awkwardly holding the cookie to yourself. My name's Eris. You can give me a cookie next time for giving you that one. But you just said this was a thank you gift and you only gave me half. Ah, things waiting for me. I have to go. See you later. You get attacked with another hug from the Nephilim before he pulls away and runs off. Hugger, I see. You watch him sprint down the hallway and disappear from view. As you stand there, you're unsure of what to do next. Find these shrooms on the edges of the campus forest. Do not do it. You will die. What, eat them? You raise your eyebrows. Eating shrooms? So, who would do that? Lou, tell me what would happen if you ate shrooms. You will die. Yeah. That is absolutely correct. Have an apple for your reading and listening comprehension. Nice. Got some intelligence from class. Not bad. I'll take the stats. It's noon. Who do you want to spend lunchtime with? With her? Are you... I guess let's go for the new dialogue. Are you on a diet? You ask curiously, sitting down next to her.
Diet? No, I'm not.
She denies her question, tilting her head in confusion.
Why do you ask?
Just a granola bar isn't very much. Will that really last you all day? You ask quizzically. Had she left her lunch in the dorms by accident or forgotten her wallet? Realizing the misunderstanding, she tries to clear it up.
Ah, I'm fine. I was just pretty busy today, so I didn't have time to have a meal. I'll eat once I'm finished with work today.
Realizing you've been worrying over nothing, you nod a bit sheepishly. I see. I'm sorry to hear you were busy. Be sure to eat as soon as you're free, okay? Can't help but fuss over her a bit more, though she just laughs and nods in response.
Thank you for worrying about me. Makes me happy. I'll be sure to eat as soon as I can.
She notices the lunch in your hands and invites you to sit with her. The book in her hand was assigned reading for a class she had later in the afternoon, and she apologizes for being unable to converse with you since she had to complete the readings. Not a big deal. Her presence was uniquely comforting, just the type of individual that suited the people around her just being by their side. You assure her that it's fine, that just her company was enough. Two of you sit in comfortable silence as you eat your lunch. Cool. Warmth of the sun, paired with the quiet flipping of pages, makes for a calm and relaxing afternoon. Nice. Have astrology, yes, go to class. Fucking hell, she's not in this class either. Oh my god, we're doing so bad trying to get her ending. What if we just don't hang out with anyone for this one? You shiver upon seeing the ginormous textbook in front of you. The professor wants you to drop and give them 5 entire planks. What? Due next Monday at that, what? Alright, now that we've gone over the assignment, what is the chance of rainfall? The 8 of 5? Really? Drats. And I brought an umbrella today. Wait, did they just ask that for themselves? Oh. Well. I thought it was like a quizzical question or something. Hey, good to hear that your head's feeling better at least. I have potions class. She should be here. Please. Tell me I picked the right classes. God. Fuck. Oh my god, I'm doing so bad. To speedrun this route, I just wanna fucking drink to the death. No. But yeah, I'll just speedrun because I just really want to get a rabbit's route. Please. Oh, what the? Hello? Because you have trouble with the material in class, you decide to ask this person to tutor you. Who? To your delight, she accepts, and here you are now, sitting just a hair's breadth away. Okay. Don't even know her name. Oh, that was random. Okay, sure. It's now the evening. You have some free time before the day ends. Just go in the bath. Yeah. Maybe I should go to the garden at night. Maybe I'll run into her? I don't know. Oh, well, the day's over anyway. Whatever. Today's Wednesday. You have some free time. What if I go to the garden this time? I don't usually go in the morning. Charisma. Oh, well, we've had this conversation before. I'll just read, I guess. Study, I should say. Not read. Then we hang with her. And, yeah, nice weather we're having, right? Technology, yes. Go to class, yes. We chose the worst classes, oh my god. What is wrong with me? Silently watching the person across from you starting to fall asleep, their head dipping rhythmically, you wonder how long it'll take for the professor to notice. Barnold Muckshumfulshur. What? What? Barnold Muckshumlifsmert. Oh, there we goes. Getting back onto topic. Hey Faye, how do you calculate the gravitational force between two masses? What, that? Faye, that was last month's unit. Whatever. The stats probably don't matter, it's fine. I have potions, and guess what? I don't share this goddamn class with her, do I? No, I sure don't. Ah! Toadstool. Elfhair. Mugwort, I think. And 10 tears? Shit. Oh. Well, I got 3 plus 3. Not bad, not bad. But yeah, we've had that pop quiz before. We've done it. It's fine. So it was Faerwald. Okay. Maybe I can go here in the forest and practice magic. Cool shade and sense of pines clears your mind and prepares you for practice. Sweet. +1 intelligence. You are walking peacefully across the campus when out of nowhere you are doused by a cup of orange juice. You can hear a voice yelling to you as you try to keep the juice from dripping into your eyes.
Oh gods, I'm so sorry.
You manage to keep your eyes safe from the threat of juice, only to see this person looking a little concerned. A little sheepish, but most of all, trying really hard to keep a smirk off her face. Oh, this is the mischievous frickin' seraphim or whatever.
Are you okay?
I'm okay. They give a sheepish smile.
That's good.
I'm so sorry. I was practicing my magic, like teleporting stuff, and I got distracted, so I guess I messed up.
Sorry.
You wanna practice with me? What am I trying to do? I'm just trying to get the ending with the freaking student that I want to get the ending with. Areve, the white-haired girl at my live... The one that I featured in my live announcement on Twitter. Yeah. But... I seem to have picked the fucking classes that she is specifically not in, so... Yeah, haven't talked to her much in this playthrough. Great. So I'm just trying to get through the day and apparently meeting more students along the way, which is pretty cool. So anyway, would you like some help practicing so it doesn't happen again? They splutter.
I mean, I'm not that bad, usually. I swear. I just got distracted. Usually I'm really good at teleporting stuff.
She gives you a demonstration, teleporting the now empty orange juice cup from one hand to another. Except she misses the cup as it pops above her other hand and it clatters to the ground. She slowly meets your gaze with a sheepish one.
That was a hand-eye coordination problem, not a magic one.
It's okay, I'm sure magic's cool, but more practice can't be a bad thing, right? I wouldn't mind practicing my magic too. She tilts her head, your response catching her off guard. We still don't know her name. Anyway, she processes a suggestion.
Yeah, we can be like the study buddies. That'll be super fun.
Cool. Still don't know your name. What the? Are these eyes? Oh, that's creepy. Get me out of here. I go into the bathhouse, squeaky clean. Wednesday's over. Oh my god, we're halfway through the week and we barely spent any time with our Revi because we picked the fucking wrong classes. What ending are we gonna get, I wonder? Huh. Well, I guess we'll see in a bit, huh? I'm in the library. Time to study. Blah, blah, blah. I study for arithmancy and I should run into her. Yep, we've been through that. And then I go to class. I just won't spend time with anyone. Speedrun, speedrun. You diligently take notes as the professor ends up on a tangent about the time they were stranded on an island with 3 werebears. Wow. I mean, okay. Sure. Whatever you say, prof. It's noon. Who do you want to spend lunchtime with? Her. Okay, anyway, we've been through this. What are those for? And then we, like, learn more about her. Her family, like, does stuff on a farm or whatever. It's pretty cool. Bump up that intelligence because why not? Then I'll actually bump a bit of my charisma. I'm skipping a lot because, you know, it's kind of repetitive after a while. I joined the gardening club and I meet this dude. Okay. And then I go to the bathhouse and I rest, because why not? Just waiting so we'll see Areve again. Oh man, we're already on Friday. This terrible run. Terrible! We just passed time. Here we go, Areve, hi! We have a pleasant lunch together, there's just nothing to say! Oh man. I have arithmancy! Hey hey! Sounds like a happy place. Actually, what if I say that she seems loved? You seem loved. Seemed like a place full of love. A family that loved each other, and neighbors that extended love towards one another. A town that loved forests and rivers and pastures, and whom the earth loved back. Through the good and the bad times, a town where the people would eagerly exercise their ability to open their hearts to one another. Her breath catches in her throat, and Areve's expression startles for a moment before she goes silent. Oh? You're afraid you might have said something wrong, but her lips curl into another smile. It seems pained. Oh? The glassiness of her eyes might be from the lighting, you tell yourself.
That's right. It was a town of people who loved each other. Very much. I was loved, I think. No, that's not right.
What?
I was definitely, undeniably very loved. By my family, by my friends.
She laughs then, and you're not sure, but you think that some weight has been lifted from her shoulders. Her smile is bittersweet. Oh, that's interesting. Huh. She truly was a person of her hometown, you think? Undeniably, Areve's greatest asset was her wholehearted ability to love. Her love was genuine, absolute, unconditional. She loved everyone equally regardless of who they were or what they had done. She believed that everyone was capable of love, that everyone was deserving of love, and she had a heart large enough to provide that love to anyone and everyone she met. Of course, this was also her most fatal weakness. A heart that loved without conditions was a heart that was prone to being betrayed. Aww. The world wasn't a perfect place, and a person with ideals as grand as hers could only be disappointed. But the more wounds she received, the harder she strove to love the people living in such an unforgiving world. Over and over she would be hurt, but over and over again she would love. A bleeding heart that never ran dry. That was Areve. A professor calls out to her just then. Miss Letelier, we finalized your work study. She nods and waves.
I'm so sorry I rambled on for a while there.
Okay. It's alright, I enjoyed listening. Sounds like a lovely place, your hometown. I'd love to visit someday. She laughs and grins.
Please do. I'll show you around. I'd love it if you told me about your hometown as well sometime. But the professor's calling me for now. I'll come find you after I'm done. Let's get something to eat later.
She lingers a bit, but gives you one last parting wave. Professor drones on. No, blah 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 bitty blah line. I did a 2 + 2 or what? It's great that you know what 2 + 2 is. Yeah, really great, y'all. Such a feat. Anyway, I guess let's exercise a bit. Yeah. Sure. Don't run into anyone, it seems. It's now after school hours. I know I'll probably just run into the guide gardening. What's here? What's here? Queen's Guard practice. Ooh. I'll just practice magic, but like over here. Oh, hello! You remind me of Vel a little bit. She's conjuring a spell with her wand when you approach her for assistance.
Oh, hello, fellow classmates. I noticed you were having trouble with honing your magic while I was also practicing.
I was wondering what techniques I could try to better my skills.
Why, while I'm far from perfect, I'm more than willing to show you some techniques I've learned on my own.
Evelyn takes the time to show you the methodology she's picked up over time.
There, that should do the trick. Now all you have to do is breathe deeply and focus.
Ah, that's impressive.
No, it's nothing special at all. but I must say this technique helps me relax and focus on the spell at hand. Manifesting is the key to successful spell casting after all.
Thanks. No proper introduction. We just knew her name, apparently. I mean, I guess we met her before, in episode 1, maybe? But that would have been a very brief encounter. Anyway, got some free time. I think I'll just rest. Yeah, rest. Take a fat nap. There we go. And then just continue sleeping, man. Friday's over. Just keep sleeping. Woo! Nice little extra long rest for the weekend. It's a bright and sunny morning, and your heart flutters with excitement. Areve has invited you out on a picnic earlier this week to spend some time together before she would depart on her work study. Hey, at least we ended up with her on the weekend. Eager to see her as much as you could before she left, you accepted. Which leads you to this point, walking towards your designated meeting place 20 minutes early.
Lou, good morning.
The ever-familiar, ever-kind voice greets you, and you look up before pausing a bit. Areve is standing there in a white sundress, picnic basket in hand, her usual sun hat swapped out for a straw one. Ooh. It's unfamiliar seeing her in anything other than the Saint Spell's uniform, though it isn't mandatory to wear it except during official school events. You realize now that this is the first time you've seen her in anything besides a uniform. It's a rare event. You look cute! The words tumble up out of your mouth before you can stop them, and it's true. It wasn't like she didn't look youthful or cute in your uniform, her sunny smile brightening up her whole disposition. But something about the way she was in school made her look resigned. As she stood before you now, you realize it was because she looked like she had stripped a large weight off of her. She looked like a young girl about to go on a picnic. Nothing more and nothing less. She turns a faint pink at your words and laughs softly while tucking a strand of hair behind her ear.
That's sweet of you to say. You look wonderful yourself.
She returns the compliment earnestly before taking your hand and pulling you along. Her smile is brighter than the sun in the sky. She leads you down the garden paths, and slowly, the rows of neatly trimmed bushes and hedges fade, the cobblestone path under your feet turning into dirt, and then grass. The scenery around you changes, and then suddenly, you find yourself on top of a little hill, face to face with a field of flowers. Areve pulls you along to a large oak tree, where the space under it has been conveniently cleared of twigs and rocks and weeds of the like. It was just large enough to fit the picnic basket that you help her spread out.
I come here often when the observatory feels a bit stifling.
She admits this with a rare cheeky grin. Ooh, new side of her, I see. It's contagious and you find yourself grinning back. Then the two of you sit, and she begins pulling various food items out of the bag, like a magician pulling things out of their hat. Sandwiches, tarts, quiches, cookies, fruit, pâtés, brownies. One by one, she pulls various mouth-watering dishes out of the basket until an entire feast is displayed before the both of you. She scratches her cheek a bit sheepishly with a laugh.
Might have gotten a bit too excited.
The weather is nice, and the food's even nicer, and the company even more so. As you sit there with her chatting about mundane things, you find yourself thinking that you'd like to spend forever with her here. Wow. Months pass. You hadn't realized how much time you'd spent with Areve until she'd left for her work study in Alterna. You'd spent the week unconsciously letting your eyes wander, searching for the slivers of white that had always been there at the edge of her vision. Of course, you don't find it. A warm smile, a warm hand, the things you had taken so easily for granted as part of your everyday. A small piece of the world you hadn't even noticed existed before the week. You felt its absence now so keenly in the winter cold. But today would be the end of it. You'd agreed to meet up the day she was scheduled to return, and now the fated day was upon you. Oh, perfect. You hadn't gotten to keep in contact with her, what with electronics such as cell phones being rendered useless in Alterna. So you were looking forward to meeting up with her again and hearing about how her internship had gone. You found yourself checking your phone all morning, as the work-study group was supposed to return then. They still hadn't arrived by the time of your first lecture, And you brush it off as mild delays as your lecture begins. I just processed that sentence. Finally, after your lecture ends, you hear whispers in the hallways of their return. But something doesn't feel right. The energy running through the hallways is a bit more tense than usual. Oh? Is it the stern expression on the professors running past you? Is it the fact that you failed to see any notifications for new messages on your phone? Uh-oh. You don't have time to dwell on it for too long when an announcement is magically projected across campus. Uh-oh. Is this bad news? The High Priestess will be making an address to all students on the 13th hour. Students, please gather in the main courtyard. The heavy feeling in your stomach doesn't go away. Don't tell me she's dead. It settles in the pit of your stomach, like a weight as your legs carry you to the courtyard. Quite the crowd is gathered already, filling the air with the sound of chatter. The same tense energy you felt in the hallway settles over to the crowd as well. Then the High Priestess steps out to the podium, and the talking slowly peters out. The rest is a blur. You hear the words she says, but they echo around your head uselessly. Oh no, what happened? Even so, as you watch her lips move, you seem to understand the meaning. There was an unforeseen encounter with a shambling nightmare on their trip. There were casualties and a few injuries. A few professors had given their life in exchange for keeping the students alive. All but one. Our hearts go out to the friends and... Let's try a different voice up. Our hearts go out to the friends and family of... You turn and run out of the crowd. You run and run and run, and your feet take you to the places you think you know she must be. That's always their sliver of white at the edge of your vision in your classes in the hallway. That white sun hat in the garden. The white apron in the home economics room. That white uniform in the student council room. The warm smile in the Polaris library. Room 06 in the Polaris tower. Not here. Not here. Not here. She's not here. The head priestess' voice rings out just as the conservatory bells toll. Our heart goes out to the friends and family of Faerwald Atelier. Oh no. She did. No. What did we do wrong? Was it that last bit of dialogue with the love stuff? Aw. Wow. Well, that was a shitty ending. Hey, you okay? You turn to face whoever called you, breaking out into a grin when you see the familiar face. Hey, it's been a while. Greet them cheerfully, rustling them into a headlock. Toy, quit it! They laugh out, struggling to get out before tapping your arm in defeat. You let them go, and they straighten their clothes out before looking at you with a relieved smile. Glad to see you're alright, you'd say, voice soft and sympathetic. It's a little concerning, and you're more than confused. Yeah? I'm perfectly fine? Why wouldn't I be? Wait, what? Did we forget Reve? They shift a bit uncomfortably. Well, it's only been a week since... you know. You're starting to get a bit weirded out now by your friend's behavior. As far as you could recall, nothing happened last week. What the fuck? What happened last week? They look at you surprised. Well, you know, the work-study group came back and there were all those casualties and... Oh, yeah. You make a wincing expression. I didn't have classes with any of those professors, but I heard some of them were real nice. I feel bad. Your friend looks at you with an expression of mixed concern and growing confusion. There was another... Was there? You rack your brains, trying to remember what the head priestess had said during that announcement. Only the professors had casualties, right? I don't think there were any students that were fatally injured or anything. The confused expression turns to horror, and you take a step back from them. But they grip your shoulder with one of their hands tightly. Lou, you don't... Areve! Areve was one of the casualties! They seem a bit desperate now, eyes searching yours for something. Anything. It scares you. Oh, hey, calm down. You raise your hands in a placating manner. I was never actually sure how to pronounce that word. Placating? Placating? So, one of those, right? You're not sure what they're searching for, but it's clear they won't find it. What the hell happened to my memory? Who's Areve? Areve fail, forget-me-not. Oh man, what the fuck? What? How do we not get the good end? What the hell? And I don't think we've gotten a single CG of her. Shit. Maybe it's because I didn't have enough classes with her, did I? Oh man. Yeah, I don't have anything. Wow. Okay, one more time. We're going ultra speedrun mode, so I'm not gonna read out most of these things. How's Polaris? She's in arithmancy, she's not there. Was she in crypto? Shit. Which classes did we share with her? I thought she was in potions. She wasn't, I think. Maybe she is in combat. I don't know. What haven't we tried? She wasn't in alchemy. Maybe this? Anyway, ultra speedrun mode because, yeah. Hey, yeah, hi. We've been through this. It's whatever. Go to class. So this is... What class is this? Here, let me check. Combat and defense. She's in combat and defense. Okay, I did not expect her to be there. Anyway, hello. Should... Maybe my responses in these little conversations matter. I'll keep going with that and then spend lunch with her. Do we usually not eat? I think that was a good one because we like... I like shared my lunch with her or whatever. Okay, hi. Which class is this? Let me double check which class this is so I can remember for next time. Oh, that's arithmancy. Yeah, of course she's there. We know that. I kind of want to ask what she's doing. What are you doing? Deciding to get straight to the point, you gesture at the papers. Oh wait, okay, never mind. We still talked about this, I believe. Yeah, okay, yeah. So we asked her about it anyway, so I guess that's fine. I said technology. Should I change it? To combat, maybe? Because she is in combat class. Smile doesn't falter, though she tilts her head in thought.
Really? I always considered my magic to be rather unsuited for combat. Glass is a brittle and fragile material, after all. Shatters rather easily with just the slightest contact.
But glass could also be dangerous, you reason. The shards are sharp, though, and could deal extra damage. When it breaks, you could control the fragmented sharps and use those instead, right? That would catch your opponent off guard. They wouldn't expect that. Smile turns a bit sad, though she nods along with you. Huh, so she doesn't like it.
I always assumed my magic wasn't very strong. Perhaps I just wish it was so...
What was that? I didn't catch that. Smiles brightly back at you, waving it off.
Oh, it was nothing. You're amazing, though, to think of such a creative way to spin my magic to make it combat-oriented. I'm very impressed.
Words are generally praising and it makes you just a bit embarrassed. Okay. I don't think she liked that conversation very much, so I will go with technology. Since she liked that. What? 0? Okay. Cool. Whatever, I did not expect a question, but okay, sure. Yes. This is History of Magic, and she's not here, as expected. We'll go over the Nephilim, blah blah blah. I really just want to speedrun. Forever! Can we get a good ending? I really want to get a good ending with her. Not exactly sure how, but we can certainly try. I'll study arithmancy. Then we run into her here, and I go get some charisma. Go to class. Which class is this? Healing. Oh, she isn't healing. Okay. I thought she wasn't. She was. I mean, what are those for? Recently, you've learned all the Seraphim students naturally have an affinity for healing magics. You wonder on the logistics of that. Would it be like native language speakers taking their own language in school? Huh, maybe. Yes, you're gonna play some music, Professor? Okay. I become so numb, I can feel you there. I did not expect that song in a healing class, but sure. Cool, good taste, teach. You wonder if the professor's okay. Do you need some inner healing, Professor? Okay, anyway. That was random. I'm done with classes. I'll just read more, I guess. Spend some lunch with her. And now just read more. Oh, this is a new interaction with Danae. Hello. Excuse me. You tapped Danae's shoulder. What? Oh, ah! Danae has a coughing fit in her panic. Are you alright?
Yes, I'm perfectly fine. Hairball, definitely a hairball.
She was panicked. Or you could just admit you were startled?
I was not.
That reaction kinda says otherwise.
No.
That's all you got?
I wasn't startled.
So you'd rather I believe that you eat hair. Okay.
I was startled. I was startled. Shh, it's a library. Beep.
So why were you glaring up the bookcase?
I was trying to look for a book, but I think it's all the way up there.
The short life is unfair.
I can get it.
Then why haven't you?
Someone's using the ladder.
Oh, I thought you meant you could get it without the ladder.
I can do that too.
How?
By climbing the shelf.
I'll offer my assistance. She's already enough of a klutz on her own. Well, since we don't have the ladder at the moment, maybe I can help?
How can you help?
You use me as a ladder? I use you as a ladder? Either way, we'd probably get the book.
I'll use you. Come here, please. I know exactly where the book is.
Alright. You allow Danae to climb onto your back. I'm also short. Danae paused at the shelf but can't seem to grab the book no matter what. Oh no.
Damn, we're too short.
This is the short life.
How would I study my runes now?
That's what you wanted to study?
Yes.
I saw a book on the bottom shelf about runes.
Are you serious?
You two are then caught by the librarian, who hands out a detention. Fuck. Well. So much for helping. Got detention. Anyway, I'm done with the classes, so... I'll raise my charisma like a little bit. I'll cook something. Did that just say you will not die this winter? I mean, okay, sure. It's not after school. Is there anything to do here? I forgot. Help the student council, maybe? I decide to let my efforts to the people working hard representing the student body. As you walk through the halls towards the student council room, something white at the edge of your vision catches your eye. Ooh! That something, or someone to be more precise, is a familiar good-looking girl in all white. You recognize the Rebbe right away. You only know one person who wears a comically large white sun hat like that. Hearing your approaching footsteps, she calls out to you with a smile.
Well, hello there.
Her voice is as warm as the rest of her, and soft. It's pleasant and polite, but friendly all the same. She has quite the large stack of files in her hands, surprising given her small stature. She has to crane her neck a bit as she walks to watch where she's going, though she does it with flawless grace. As she walks closer to you, you notice that the files stay perfectly balanced. Wow, okay. She clearly seems to have things handled, but... do you need help? You ask her politely, offering a hand. She smiles at your kind gesture but shakes her head.
That's very sweet of you, but I'm alright.
I don't know. I think I'll just take it. Wait. Okay, here's what I'll do. I'll save here, and then I'll just take it.
I'm alright. I can do it by myself.
She protests as her smile turns a bit troubled.
There's no need to trouble yourself like this. The student council room is just around the corner.
You make no action to give the papers back to her, eyes silently asking her to lead the way. Her shoulders droop and she laughs in defeat.
Then I apologize for imposing. Thank you very much for your assistance.
She leads the way down the hall. Hello, Rubba! A student calls out to her excitedly and she greets them back with a warm smile.
Hello, done with your lectures for the day?
Not long after not long after another student greets her. Rubba! You free later? I need help with something. She responds equally enthusiastically.
Hello, love. Of course I am. Just come by my room later.
One after another, students seem to recognize her and call out to her as the two of you walk down the hall. Seems like lectures have just finished, as the once empty hallway begins to fill up fast. Aravi responds to each of them patiently and gently in kind. The smile on her face is warm and affectionate to every person she replies to, and genuinely so. The student council room is just down the hall, but the short hallway seems an impossibly long journey with how long it takes Aravi to pass through without being stopped. Finally, after what feels like forever, the two of you make it back to the student council room. The office is empty, and it seems like none of the other officers have arrived yet.
Thank you so much. That was very sweet of you. Could you just place the papers down on the table over there? I'll make us some tea.
She says cheerfully, gesturing towards the table in question, and going to open some of the cabinets to find some tea bags. With the tea bags found, she carries them back to the large desk in the center and pulls out her wand. A fancy little wave and flourish, and a fancy glass set of teacups and teapot full of water appear on the table. Well, that's handy. One by one, sugar cubes pop into existence and stack themselves into a neat little pyramid atop a dainty glass plate. The teapot of water begins to boil over an invisible flame, and the little pitcher fills with milk. Some biscuit cookies float out off a shelf and assemble themselves neatly on a clear platter.
Well, now that that's settled, how can I help you?
Aravi asks with a gentle smile, pouring out the tea. Her questions breaks you out of your reverie and reminds you of the reason why you'd come. I heard that the student council was looking for volunteer helpers right now? You inquire, nodding in thanks at the cup of tea she hands you.
Oh, yes! There's an event going on right now, and after the last incident, we've been a little low on manpower.
Her expression turns a bit troubled.
Plus, I'll be off campus for a while soon, so I'd like to get as much done prior as I can.
I don't have all that much experience, but I'll do whatever I can to help. You offer with a smile.
Thank you. It's not very difficult work. I'm sure you'll do fine. It's just a bit time-consuming, so it's very appreciated.
Aravi wastes no time at all putting it to work, grabbing half of the stack of papers you had just carried in and placing them in front of you.
These are the club budget forms. Could you just double-check the numbers in this column and make sure they add up?
It's an easy enough task, so you nod and accept the papers and get to work. Oh yeah, I could totally do that. It's silent for a few minutes, and as you both start your work, filled only by the sound of pen and paper and flipping pages, and the occasional sip of tea. Eventually, the two of you find a nice stopping point to take a break after a while, and you decide to start up a conversation. Out of curiosity, which position do you hold in the student council?
I'm the vice president. My job is to support the president and my good friend, Spinella.
You seem pretty busy. You're also the Polaris RA, aren't you? She nods in confirmation. Wow, that's a lot.
That's right.
And you're also the TA for Professor Muffet's malediction class.
Oh, malediction class. That's correct.
Are you also in any clubs? Gardening, right? Yeah. Oh, and the tea club. Okay.
Oh, maybe I should have been going to the tea club. Oh.
Will I have more days?
Not so. I think I'm rather average.
Knew she was being humble. Professor Muffet was known for being a Spartan grader, and Reva's assignments for his class had received nothing but glowing praise from him. There was a reason she had been selected as one of his few TAs for the semester. Praise her. Or worry about her. Maybe I'll worry. Aren't you working a bit too hard? You say worriedly. You have so many responsibilities. When do you have time to rest? Are you sure you're not overworking yourself? She seemed to be wearing herself thin, and you knew Areve had a strong sense of duty. While one of her strong suits, it was also a flaw.
I'm fine. There's no need to worry.
She assures you with a smile.
It may seem like I'm doing a lot on my own, but the truth is that I've been relying quite a bit on the people around me. As Vice President, my main job is mostly to support Spinel with his workload, and I can always rely on the professors to help with any issues that arise with my RA work or academics.
What she says sounds nice, but you're not fully convinced. Even so, you seem to be spreading yourself rather thin. Why would you go to such lengths to do so many things?
I suppose I would like to be as positive of an influence as possible.
She finally answers after a moment.
I want to be able to do good.
But why take on so many roles then? You don't have to bear so many responsibilities to do good. In fact, wouldn't your position sometimes prevent you from doing so? She looks down at her folded hands, opening them to look at her worn palms.
You're right. I don't need positions to do good in my daily life. But I'm weak, and my reach is limited. If I take on a position, my reach will expand. I'll be able to touch more people. My ability to do good will increase. The weight of a few added responsibilities is worthwhile, then.
Her goals are lofty, perhaps foolish, and perhaps impossible. She wanted to be someone good. Not just be a good person, but become someone who would be remembered for being good. She wanted to do good. There was only one word you could think of to describe the kind of person she wanted to embody. You want it to be you? Her expression stiffens at that, but you don't forget the words. You don't say them in a derogatory manner, just a statement of fact, an observation. She doesn't deny them either. The smile slips off her face, and she meets your gaze with an unreadable expression.
You're right. I want to be me.
She agrees with you softly.
But it isn't.
I get the feeling she's no longer quite talking about the same thing, but she doesn't let you dwell on it for too long.
Alright, that's enough teasing me for today. We've still got a bit of work left to do, and it's getting quite late. Wouldn't want to keep you here all night, so let's finish the rest of the work, shall we?
Then the break's over, and you continue with your work. With two people, the work goes by faster, and you both manage to finish the pile before the sun goes down. Claiming she has one last thing to do before heading back to her dorm, Areve bids you farewell first. The last thing you see is her waving with a smile before you close the door behind you. Intriguing. She definitely has too much responsibilities, yo. I think I could just rest. Yeah. Take a fat nap. Tuesday's over. It's Wednesday, I have no classes. I'll just raise my study. Yeah, okay. We've had this conversation with you many, many times. I'll raise my charisma a bit, I guess, by cooking. It's noon. I spent lunch with her. We just have a pleasant lunch together. Doesn't seem like the lunch matters much with her anymore, but I'll do it just to prevent accidentally getting someone else's ending. I'll go here and study. Intelligence increasing. Let's go. Oh, and my good as well, so it's the same as... Okay. No classes, Oh, I find Barnaby typing away on his laptop. Okay. What are you doing? He's jolted by your approach, glancing up from his screen to blink rapidly at you. Writing... Oh wait, that's a different voice.
Writing fanfiction?
Barnaby shifts his eyes away, seemingly incapable of looking at your face at the moment. A pout forms on his lips. Oh my god, he's writing fanfiction. I come outside since it helps me write, but it's not working this time around. He peeks at you from the side. Do you happen to have any ideas for inspiration? I can't shake this writer's block. How about a fluffy coffee shop one-shot? His cheeks color, eyes lighting up at the prospect. That's perfect! Thank you! He says with some excitement, seemingly overcoming his initial shyness once Muse hits. Barnaby gets to typing away. Hey, you're welcome, friend. Smile pulls at your lips. Cute. Yes, we got a fanfic writer on our hands. How many times have we run into him? What if we accidentally get his ending? Anyway, can I spend time at the school council again? Yeah, she's here. I help her staple papers. Oh, that's right. I was gonna try the tea club. Shoot. I'll do it tomorrow then. I'll just raise my charisma. And go to class, talk to her. No. I think this was like the option of saying she was loved and she had like a little bit of a negative reaction, kind of. I think that might actually be the way to go. Not sure. But yeah, let's see. Still like morning-ish. I'm okay. I've already talked to you like way before. Spend lunch with her, go to class. Not my classmate here, so I'll just do whatever. Speedrunning. Already done my classes. Okay, tea time was here. Oh. Allocane is assistant gardeners, using their magic to perform a routine inspection on the plants. Oh, my magic. It worked. Oh wait, no, I already seen that too. Shoot. Here we go, tea club. Leafy water. I actually don't like it. Oh, I see her instead.
Have you started a research paper yet? I heard that the professor might award a bonus for students who turn in the papers before the deadline.
Yeah, sure. What research paper? Anyway, what's your topic?
Oh, it isn't all that interesting. Then again, there's just so many things to write about when it comes to certain things.
I wonder if I'll be able to fit it all into a 10-page essay. She starts wondering out loud. There's just so much to learn, and I'm eager to discover more about this topic. Perhaps we could go for a quick library run sometime? Sure. So I still don't feel like I'm actually gonna get the good Areva ending. We'll see. I'll go here. Bring some water, because why not? So whatever. Okay, Friday. Right. What shall we do? Maybe just go to the garden. Skip time. Go to class.
Lou!
A familiar bright voice calls out to you, and you turn around to see Areve, smiling brightly as ever, a hand holding an envelope raising greeting. Oh? As you greet her back, her smile shines even brighter, clearly happy to see you. Ooh. You find 2 empty seats near the back, and as you slide into one, Areve slides into the other, as naturally as breathing. What's in the envelope? You ask curiously, and she answers brightly.
It's just the details of my summer work study. It's getting to that time of the year again.
Oh shit. Can we convince her to not go, maybe, so she doesn't die? She laughs at the grimace you make before the two of you settle into your seats. It's already a few minutes past the hour, and as usual, the professor for the lecture is running late again. Areve seems to notice this too, judging by the way she laughs and says,
Well, more time to spend chatting with you is always welcome.
There's a specific topic you had in mind today. There have been rumors whispered across campus all week. hush murmurs of a particular incident involving a particular student. Areva was a kind soul that was obvious to anyone who knew her. And as you'd gotten to know her better, you had an idea of the life she had lived before coming to Saint Spell, and knew that her upbringing had much to do with the person she had grown into. And so you wondered what a person like her would have to say about a person like this. If it's not too heavy of me to ask, you start off hesitantly, and sensing your hesitation, Areva just smiles and nods reassuringly, silently encouraging you to continue. It's not too heavy of me to ask. What's your opinion on those who practice malediction? Areva doesn't seem too put off by your question, mostly just surprised at the suddenness. She brings a hand up to her face in thought, clearly putting careful consideration on how to answer. My thoughts on malediction and maledictus are rather different. I think that malediction itself is an incredible yet terrible power. To me, it is like a reverse Pandora's box. If the lesson behind Pandora's box was that, under all the pain and suffering, there belies still hope, then the lesson behind malediction, I think, is the opposite. Enticing its practitioner with hope, in reality it only brings misery and misfortune. It's a cruel and often unforgiving magic, to its user, to its victims, and to the world. Her smile turns a bit sad. The maledictus, then, is... Here, let me save here. Is pitiful? She laughs a bit, though it doesn't reach her eyes. Miserable? Her eyes widen a bit as you finish your thought before she recovers her smile and nods slowly. Yes, that's right. She pauses to gather her thoughts a bit before continuing. I think that the maledictus must be miserable. Well, you could kind of see where she was coming from. I guess only really desperate people would resort to malediction. Don't look at me. I picked the malediction class like first day. She nods in agreement. I think that maledictus must be people who have been driven to the brink of desperation. The brink of despair. Yeah, blah blah blah. Yeah. I personally believe that every individual is born with a right to be happy, and a right to pursue that happiness. I think that the actions people take, no matter how good or how bad it may seem, are taken in an attempt to be happy, even if it's not necessarily the right action to take. I think that maledictus, then, must be in a place so miserable, they'd be willing to even sell their own souls, just to attain a short moment of happiness. Her words make it clear that it's not anger that she feels, much less hatred or spite. And the look in her eyes isn't one of pity or sympathy either. It's just sadness. I don't think that all maledictus are evil, though I don't think their actions are necessarily able to be easily overlooked either. But I do not think that people are born unkind. Correct. People are not born with venom in their veins. A maledictus chooses to burn the bridges and turns their back on the world and all the people in it. In a sense, they are truly alone. What sort of miseries would push someone to walk that path, I do not know. The air is quiet between the two of you for a moment, before she breaks the silence with a clap of her hands, and her expression brightens back up again. But those are just my 2 cents. Of course, I don't ask you to agree with me, but I hope that answered your question. Forgive me, I do tend to ramble a bit. You nod your head just as the professor strolls in with a half-hearted apology for being late once again, and Areva gestures towards the front. Looks like the lecture's about to start. Let's talk more about this after, shall we? Yeah, she's really into the topic, I see. Anyway, we're gonna fight 2 poltergeists. Oh, shit. And the professor's done it too. Oh boy, I'm gonna get my ass beat, yep. Ow, ow, my ears. Anyway. I'm pretty sure, I think we might have gone through this. Oh, but I put up a good fight, though. Ooh, +2 strength, okay. Cool. I don't think we got that before, so that's cool. Let's just spend lunch with her, yada yada. Go to class, spend time with her. You listen to Areva gush about Ellie for the umpteenth time. Ellie? Is that one of her classmates? Maybe. You diligently take notes as the professor downs 3 consecutive monsters. Oh dear. Long night? Yikes. Good luck, Professor. Hope you stay alive. That's a lot of energy drink in your system. I guess help with... Wait. Is it not club time? I mean... Oh, what the... You decide to escape the commotion of orientation for a moment of respite. Wandering away from the bustle of the main hall, you stumble upon a small courtyard that looks like the perfect place to gather your thoughts. Oh, we haven't been here before. This is so pretty! Is that a statue? You walk a little closer. At your approach, a young woman in an emerald dress turns to arrest you with a piercing gaze. Oh, he doesn't say anything. Silence is a little awkward. Maybe you should say something? Hey, you mind me staying? The woman gazes at you for a moment longer before her gaze drifts back to something in the distance. Her chin dips minutely in a nod. Okay, thank you. That is fine. You carefully take a seat on the nearby bench. It's silent, but it feels considerably less awkward than before. Just as you consider striking up small talk, she's already leaving. Maybe next time. Who are you? That's an interesting encounter. Okay, extracurriculars. There we go. Now we can help with the council. Oh, does she not? Oh, it doesn't even show her anymore. Okay. Well, I guess I'll just bathe. Oh! Wait. Oh, this is not good. Why? It's still a fail! Fuck. Damn it. How do you get the good ending for her? Why does it seem so hard? Do we not want the negative responses from her? I don't get it. I feel like we learned a lot about her, but then we still keep on getting the bad ending. Well, shit. Anyway, it's like already close to 10:30. So, let me switch scenes here. Also, hello, Demon King. Welcome, welcome. Where's my ending music? There we go. Well, anyway, y'all. That was Saint Spell's Love Guide to the Magical Student Spellbook. Ah, man! So we got one good ending that I literally wasn't even going for. With Scylla, of all people. Okay. Mission failed successfully? But anyway, so unfortunately, wasn't able to get a Revis good ending. But I think I might do that on my own time. I'm not sure if I'm gonna like play this on stream again or just play it on my own time, because a lot of it is me skipping. But I guess y'all will just know, I suppose. Anyway, thank y'all so much for sticking around, my dear fairies. Enjoy the weekend, rest well, and hopefully I'll see y'all next time. Bye bye!